So this past Saturday, Ben Whittaker took on Liam Cameron on the Artur Beterbiev versus Dimitri Bivol undercard. The fight was set to be 10 rounds, but it ended abruptly when both men went flying over the ropes, WWE style, in the fifth round. Me personally, as I'm sure many of you were, excited to watch Ben Whittaker because of all of the showboating and antics that he does inside of the ring, taunting his opponents and boinking them over the head, doing cute little Fortnite dances. But we got none of that. Instead, what we got was Ben Whittaker in an actual fight. Liam Cameron came to win, and it quickly showed after just 2 rounds. The first 2 rounds, I thought Whittaker did a good job of using the ring and throwing out his jab, controlling the pace of the fight, throwing combinations in the face and body of Liam Cameron. But in the third round is where I believe that things begin to shift in Liam Cameron's favor. Cameron began to land more power punches and also landed more often. And then in the fourth round, it was more the same. Liam Cameron seemed to be getting the best of the exchanges. Ben Whittaker began to fight Liam Cameron's fight, staying in the phone booth and going blow for blow. Ben Whittaker was no longer using the whole ring to get some advantage, get some rhythm, set up Liam Cameron coming in. He quit using his jab and keeping the fight at a distance. Ben Whittaker became very stagnant and was becoming a very easy target for Liam Cameron to hit. And he was landing some power punches. Liam Cameron, that is. Towards the end of the fifth round is where Ben Whittaker gets Liam Cameron into a clinch and throws him up and over the ropes, and then decides to call it quits after that. He claims to have injured his ankle, but nowhere in that replay did I see his ankle make any contact with anything that would cause it to twist or sprain or break at all. The whole thing was bizarre, and in my opinion, I thought that Ben Whittaker quit. I thought that Ben took the easy route out of that fight. He seen the same outcome that I was seeing coming, which was an upset in the making. We learned a lot from Ben Whittaker in his last performance, and it's not good stuff, let me add. We learned that Ben Whittaker was getting punched and landed on repeatedly by a much slower fighter in Liam Cameron. After the fight, he is rolled out of the arena in a wheelchair and was being transferred over to a hospital, but not before punching a wall. Like I said, very bizarre. This whole shit show was a shit show. But it gets worse, and then he goes to the airport where he decides to flash on a boxing fan for taking a picture of him. And here's my whole problem with this whole situation is if you don't want people taking pictures of you and people recognizing you at the airport, the grocery store, or the gas station, or wherever, then why would you be doing all of those flashy moves in the ring, ridiculing your opponent? You're obviously doing that for attention and recognition. And if you take a look at Ben Whittaker's box rec, the guys that he's been showing off and showboating off against, they weren't no A-level opposition. These guys were, God bless their soul, somewhat crash dummies. They get put in there to give the up-and-coming prospects some experience without being too much of a risk or a risk at all. They're there for practice. They're supposed to make you look good. Showing off and making ridiculing these guys, there's nothing cool about that. You know what I'm saying? They're there for a reason. Now if, for example, Ben Whittaker went in there and was boinking Liam Cameron on the top of his head and busting Fortnite moves on him after hitting Liam with the quick left and overhand right, then maybe I'd be impressed. But for now, I might have to say I haven't been impressed with Ben Whittaker, to say the least. Before the fight began, Chris Mannix was on his knees with his knee pads on for good old Benjamin Boy here. Before the fight, he was hyping him up, saying Ben Whittaker is going to be the next best future superstar coming out of Great Britain. And he's going to be bigger than Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury and this and that. And to that, I would have to say, I sure don't see it. Do I think Ben Whittaker is a hype job? For now, yes. Until he proves me wrong, until he gets back into that ring and he runs it back with Leon Cameron and he wins in a big fashion. You know, he has to make a statement. Until he does that, then yes, I believe Ben Whittaker is a hype job. If and when Ben gets back in that ring and the man on the opposing corner is not Cameron, then we all know how Ben Shalom and Boxer Promotions feel about good old Benji Boyle. But boys and girls, that's all I got for this one. Let me know what y'all think down in the comment section. And you already know, once again, this has been your boy O-Dog Boxing, and I'm out this beer.